The freelancer's first client. Maya was 22 and had exactly one skill she believed in. She could write stories that made people feel things. Not big, flashy things like novels or screenplays. Just small, honest English stories that landed quietly in the chest. She had filled 3 notebooks since she was 16. But notebooks don't pay rent. So she built a simple portfolio on a free website. She listed her rates low because she was scared. She sent her link to 12 small businesses online. 11 of them never wrote back at all. The 12th one did, 3 weeks later on a Tuesday. His name was Mr. Oman, and he ran a small bakery. Not a trendy bakery with aesthetic walls and oat milk. Just a small, warm shop that smelled like butter and cardamom. He needed something written for his new website homepage. Something that tells people who we are, he wrote. Not fancy. Just true. Maya read his email 4 times before she replied. She almost said she was too busy. She almost said she needed more details first. Instead, she wrote back simply, "I can do that." She hit send before her fear could stop her. Mr. Oman replied within 10 minutes with one line. "Good. How much do you charge for this?" She had a rate on her website already listed. But looking at it now, it felt too high. She almost lowered it to seem more approachable. Then she stopped herself and charged her listed rate. He agreed without a single word of negotiation. That surprised her more than anything else so far. She spent 2 days researching his bakery carefully. She read every review he had ever received online. People said the bread tasted like their grandmother's kitchen. People said Mr. Oman always remembered their usual order. One review said simply, "This place feels like home." Maya sat with that line for a long time. Then she opened a blank document and started writing. She didn't write about the bread or the prices. She wrote about the smell that hits you at the door. She wrote about hands that have kneaded dough for decades. She wrote about a place that refuses to be forgotten. She wrote about belonging somewhere warm without needing a reason. It took her 4 hours to write 2 paragraphs. She rewrote the opening sentence 11 separate times exactly. At midnight she finally sat back and read it through. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. And honesty, she had learned, was usually enough. She sent it to Mr. Oman the next morning. Then she closed her laptop and tried not to think. She cleaned her small apartment twice without meaning to. She made tea and let it go cold untouched. His reply came at 2 in the afternoon exactly. She opened it with one eye half closed. "Maya," it started. "I read this 3 times already. The second time I read it, my wife cried. She said you wrote about our bakery like you grew up here." Maya put her phone face down on the table. She sat very still for almost a full minute. Then she picked it back up and kept reading. "We would like to hire you for more work," he wrote. "Our menu descriptions. Our social media. Our story page. We want everything written the way you wrote this." She wrote back professionally and calmly, like she had done this before. But her hands were shaking the entire time she typed. She charged him properly this time without any hesitation. He agreed again without a single word of negotiation. That evening Maya opened her notebook to a blank page. She didn't write a story this time. She wrote a list instead, short and straight. Things I now know to be true. Someone out there needs exactly what you can do. Your rate is your rate. Do not lower it from fear. Research before you write. Always. Every single time. Honest is better than impressive. Every single time. One yes is enough to keep going forward. She stared at the last line for a long time. One yes. That was all it had taken. Not 12. Not 5. Not even 2. Just one small bakery owner on a quiet Tuesday. Just one email that said, I can do that. She thought about all the people still waiting out there. People who needed their story told in plain, true words. People who didn't want fancy, just honest and real. She had something to offer all of them. She had always had it, even in the notebooks. She just needed one person to confirm it first. She closed the notebook and opened her laptop again. She updated her portfolio with Mr. Oman's bakery as a reference. Then she wrote 12 more emails to 12 more businesses. This time her hands didn't shake at all. This time she hit send without hesitating even once. She didn't know which one would write back first. She didn't know how long the wait would be. But she knew something now that she hadn't known before. The work was real. She was real. And one yes was always enough to begin.